So a video of the Google Pixel Fold has leaked online. This is coming in from Za. Not even gonna try to say the last name, but Gus 33,000 follows this person. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video because this is our first actual video of the device. So a 6-second video, nothing too crazy video-wise. They just open it up and close it repeatedly. Kind of looking at the front display, looking at inside display. So let's go ahead and stop it here and take a look at what we can see. So starting off right away, we saw some leaks yesterday. And that's first off that this inside camera is a 8 megapixel camera, which of course is going to be better than the Z Fold series because the Z Fold series inside camera has always been a 4 megapixel under display camera. This is an 8 megapixel, so a tad bit better. Keep in mind, I'll say this again, the sensor is probably going to be very similar. Based on what I understand, the sensor though on this Google Pixel Fold is going to be kind of crap. It's not Samsung sensors. So take that with what you want. This being 8 megapixel versus 4 of Samsung, because this sensor is probably going to be worse than Samsung's, this is going to be a worse camera. 8 versus 4. 8 so much better. No. 8's going to mean more millions of pixels in the image, which is good, especially when you go from 4 to 8. When you go low numbers, that's when it starts mattering, but the sensor is going to be worse. Alright, so what we see is that we see the hinge down here, hinge up here. Keep in mind that this is going to be a very, very thin, small hinge. This is in order to keep the phone as thin as humanly possible, even though this will be a heavier phone. Alright, once they close the phone, we see the fingerprint sensor right here. This is what we've been talked about, what we talked about yesterday with the leaks of the Pixel Fold, is it will have a fingerprint sensor / power button. We saw this on the Galaxy Z Fold series, and we're going to see this on the Google Pixel series. You're going to see real quickly that a lot of the things that the Z Fold has, Pixel has too. It's copycat industry, guys. It's a copycat industry. If something works for one company, they're not going to reinvent the wheel here, okay? Another company is going to say, well, that works for you guys. It's also going to work for us. We have, obviously, it looks like right here, a volume rocker of some kind, which is not surprising. Let's double check. Yep, that's a volume rocker. And then they open it up again, and look at that crease. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not gorgeous, okay? I'm not sitting here saying, oh, that crease looks absolutely gorgeous, and I could absolutely second that crease. No. It's not gorgeous, but it definitely isn't that bad. Especially for a first-gen product. I gotta give Google a little bit of props here. That's not bad for a first-gen product. So, we have a little bit of a crease, which again, like I said, not that bad. Here's what I don't like. What in the absolute everything on earth are these bezels? These bezels are ugly. And I mean ugly, ugly. Like, listen, I was a fan of the Surface Duo 1, even with the bezels. I still have no problem, by the way, with the bezels of Surface Duo 1. I think it's actually adds class to the device. But then you get a Surface Duo 2, and you really start to realize how a foldable phone can look like without bezels. You get the Z Fold series, almost bezel-less. You're like, okay, this is starting to look beautiful. This just looks bad. It really just looks absolutely bad. Now, why are the bezels on this phone? Why would they ever do this? Because they don't want to put the camera on a under-display camera. They want it to be on the outside. So, this is the way you avoid that. When you have foldable glass right here, and you have bezels that go in, these bezels are glass. These are foldable glass. This is not foldable. If that makes sense. The bezels are not part of the foldable glass. They're just a holder for the foldable glass. That's why you can have you can avoid an under-display camera right here by having bezels. But it's also because you don't want to risk it. Listen, if your technology is first gen, you're not at a point where you're ready to say, listen, this inside display is going to be amazing. Durable as all heck. Don't worry about it. Everything is perfect. You can't really say that. So because you can't say that, you're going to have bezels to a little bit avoid any kind of problems and future issues. So that's why you have that. It sucks, but those bezels are god-awful. They look so bad. Anyway, though, this is the outside display. And this outside display is absolutely freaking huge. This outside display is humongous. Beautiful outside display. We have the camera right here. I mean, this phone just looks... I can't wait to pick it up. It looks absolutely amazing. The only problem I have, again, is just... It's like, listen. The crease, it's there. You knew it was going to be there. It's a first-gen product by Google. You're not going to completely get rid of the crease. Or Samsung can't get rid of the crease for a piece of steak. Oppo is the only company that figured out how to get rid of the crease. And a lot of the reason they got rid of the crease was because of the hinge. And you see Samsung and Oppo both copying... Samsung and Google both copying Oppo with their hinge design. But you're still not going to be able to get away from that hinge problem. You're never going to be able to. No matter how many devices come out, you're going to have the problem with... No, it's not the hinge, the crease problem. You're going to have a problem with the crease, it seems like. But, at least Google, looks like they have a little bit mastered for the first-gen product. It's there. But it's not as horrendous as it could be. Yeah. I'm going to say overall-wise, it's a W. It's a W phone. It's just, I don't know. This Tensor G2 chip better not throttle. This better not, have less performance. I want full-on performance out of this G2 chip. I want to see absolutely breathtaking numbers come out of this. Because if not, this phone is going to be no. That's, again, like I said before, every single foldable phone that comes out, there's something that will set you apart from the industry. Microsoft, working on Surface Duo 3. Microsoft, what are you going to do that's different than Oppo and Samsung? We're creating our own app store that's dedicated to Surface Duo 3. It's actually true, by the way. That is going to have specific applications that are designed and work perfectly fine with Surface Duo 3. Microsoft, A+. Good job. Google, what are you doing that is different than Oppo and Samsung? And now Microsoft. We have a Tensor G2 chip. We're giving away a free watch when you pre-order it. That's just like Microsoft. They're in the same boat here. Microsoft, that store better be operating and perfect at the release of Surface Duo 3. Google, that Tensor G2 chip better be fully optimized and being able to take advantage of it with this phone. Or else it's a bust. It's a bust. Because we have polished phones with with Samsung and Oppo at this point. You're gonna have to give me perfect. There's no mediocre anymore when it comes to this industry. You either gotta go perfect or you're left behind. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one.